So for this one, I would have to say that it's not planned at all. I just found some of these papers, and it seems to they're really old papers. It seems to be I suppose some of the pep talk that I gave myself when I was choosing career, maybe around 12th or I guess after 12th. So around that time, I used to go for an internship, and I suppose I learned all this from there. But it's really impressive for for someone in 12th class to come up with this plan. And I, I don't remember writing it all down, but I was really impressed personally of how it all does. So it goes like a speech of how, say, if I were to motivate someone else to choose the right career, how would I do it? I am not really sure about the time. It can be first year of college too, but I guess that's not important. The important, but why I came to record this is because this conveys an idea, and I still strongly believe with the core idea. Although this might be the words of of me, some 17-18-year-old girl, but what it is trying to convey is something that I believe in even today. So it starts off with how I'm not here to tell you what sort of career to go for, or I'm not here to say that this is the list. There are these options. You can explore these new careers, or not all that. You can find everything of that sort on Google. But what this conveys is how to make that choice. How to know what you want to do, because I myself, as a 17-year-old, I struggled a lot finding what I wanted to do. I suppose I stumbled upon human resources and it just spoke to me, but I don't think that happens for everybody out there. So it's really a journey through how I came to explore what I wanted to do, what I really wanted to do, not what society, my parents, or even how sometimes our perception of successes are not what we really want. So maybe I guess around school I used to think that earning a lot is success, but at this point that's very much changed. I to me I guess at this point when I am working in HR. Success to me is to make work better for other people, and the more I'm able to do that, the more successful I am. Not about how much I earn, not about how I do it, but it's about the impact that I create on people. So to me, that's important, and it took me a good 2 years journey to realize that, because there are all these levels, and you go from those materialisms uh, to making a goal for yourself, and then you went on to create something bigger than yourself. I am not saying that I'm there yet. I'm still on my journey throughout, but I guess enough of my own story. Is these ideas that I want to explore, and really thinking of them from a 17-year perspective. They're amazing, and if I was as clueless as I could do it. I am sure if we give chance to new people, they can come up with these things as well. So there's a lot of what I don't understand here, because, well, I admit I didn't have that good of writing, but from whatever all I could gather, it really focuses on a few key steps. One of them is to recognize yourself first. It says how not to lie to yourself. Actually, sitting back and thinking of what you want to do rather than what options you have, what you can do, what you should do. It's sitting back, taking the position, and thinking of what is it that you want. So it focuses on your aspects, and it went on to help you realize. Even I think it has some small games. It has a names level which I don't understand, but it has some games to explore yourself. Uh, it does talks about your strengths and weaknesses, and a journey through which you can explore all that. It also focuses on learning how you should never stop learning at some point, because and it's not about picking a random book and reading about it. It's more about, I want to learn this kind of learning, something that comes naturally. Sometimes we look at a guitar and then we just visualize that we want to play it somehow, and then we buy a guitar, we learn it. I think many of you even have been through that journey. So it focuses on that raw, curious spirit of yourself, where you just go ahead, get attention, because you want to know more. You want to get your hands on more. It's more than just about being better than everybody else. I guess for now I'll end this here. I have to study it a bit more to actually discuss what you should or shouldn't do. But I think, as someone looking at my old writings, it was a really good experience for me to go through them. And I would, at whatever stage you are, I would really suggest you to write a letter to yourself. Maybe give it to yourself 1 week later, send a scheduled email 1 year later. Keep doing this to yourself, because you never know when you're going to need that kind of motivation. Because at some point I am going through a phase where I'm not feeling all that motivated. We're stuck at home, there are a lot of things going on, we're not so sure about work, and at that point getting this from myself was a huge motivation, I would say. And I somehow forgot this. I think I'll continue to do this more often, so that whenever I need those little bits of motivation, I can do that to me. So that's to yourself. You're your own guy. You give yourself a pep talk, and that's an idea I want to promote.